Alright, new Skyblock patch update. A lot of stuff. In fact, I just spent 25 minutes reading it all. So if you don't want to know everything that goes on in this update, feel free to go to the timestamps down below and skip to whatever part of the video you want to. I'll be organizing the updates based on each different section. Because there's so much packed into the update, I will also be linking the patch notes down below so that you can read the rest of it yourself, as I'm going to be simplifying it a lot today. So to start off, we're going to look at the changes to the garden. Finally, we got the crop growth changes update. Crops grow 10% faster per garden level. This should make farms substantially less ginormous in order to have an infinite farm, especially mushrooms, pumpkin, and melon. There are now no more light requirements for any crops, which means you're able to shrink them down just that little bit more by not having to add the glowstone or sea lanterns. Mushrooms only spread on podzol and mycelium now. Mushrooms will only grow on the same y-axis on the 8 blocks immediately surrounding another mushroom. Soil mechanics for wheat, potatoes, carrots, melon stems, and pumpkin stems have changed. First of all, crops will not grow on completely dry soil. Crops will grow at a 40% speed decrease on soil that is not at full moisture. Crops will also have no debuff on fully moist soil. And also, big change, mycelium no longer spreads. This is changing a lot in terms of the strategy of filling your entire island floor with dirt, adding a single or a few pieces of mycelium and letting it spread and then collecting it all. It's going to change that. No longer spreads. Also, presets have changed. The melon and pumpkin presets have been improved. The mushroom preset now has more space for mushrooms to grow, and the default cactus preset has more rows with less cactus in each row. Now let's look at the really important garden bug fixes. If you want to look at all the bug fixes, you can go down in the description and check out the patch notes, but because this video would take literally half an hour if I was to go over everything briefly, I'm only going to go over the really important stuff. Fixed crops not growing during the Spooky Festival, as it's brought permanent nighttime. Now crops will grow during the Spooky Festival. There's an exploit with basket of seeds, that's now been fixed. Fixed garden visitors giving lower copper values than expected. Also has fixed Mushroom Cow Pet's Mushroom Eater perk working on non-mature crops, as well as it not working on nether warts. So now it will not work on non-mature crops, and it will work on nether wart. They've also fixed Spooky Festival mob spawning in the garden. They fixed Fungi Cutter and Cactus Knife tilling dirt, grass, and podzol. And, really important, Builder's Ruler should now only span the border limits of a garden plot, making building those mega farms even easier. Now we're going to look at one of the big things that have come with this update. This is going to take a while. Bazaar additions. They have added a lot to the bazaar. I'm not going to go over every single thing, just the really important parts. They've added new categories. Pet upgrades, dungeons, minion upgrades, forge, crystal hollow materials, flowers, and chumming. Now for pet upgrades, they've added a lot of pet upgrades, including all the carrot candies, the EXP share and tier boost cores, Jerry 3D glasses, radioactive vials, all of that stuff. Dungeons, they've added a whole lot, including Scarf, Livid, and Bonzo fragments, Super Boom TNT, Kismet feathers, all that good stuff. As for minion upgrades, they've added all the minion storages, including extra large, diamond spreading they've added, minion expander, auto smelter, budget hopper, enchanted hopper, corrupted soil, mithril fusion, flycatcher, and even more. Forge, they've added plasma, glaciite jewel, fuel tank, bejeweled handle, gemstone mixture, mithril plate, drill engine, and golden plate. Crystal hollows materials, they've added Devon fragments, bob-bombs, corleonite, jungle key, all of the different robot parts, and they've moved Yagis and sludge juice to this category. The new category flowers, they've added all the different upgrades for the flower minion, including poppy, dandelion, enchanted poppy, and enchanted dandelion. Chumming has added glowing mushrooms, chum, empty chum bucket, and full chum bucket. It'll be interesting to see how that changes the full chum bucket market that was previously on the auction house. Now, they've also added a lot, and by lot I mean a lot, of smaller items to the bazaar into different categories that were already there. Spooky has added bat firework, blast lanterns, and horseman candles. The End has added crystal fragments. No more need to craft those into catalysts before selling them to bazaar. Fuel has added oil barrels. Revenant has added golden power, undead catalyst, and revenant catalyst. Tarantula has added more drops, including toxic arrow poison and spider catalysts. Mushroom has added both types of mushroom soup. Wheat has added box of seeds finally, and Dwarven Mines has added sorrow. Now, the sacks have been updated and new sacks have been added. This is a really big one, so let's just get straight into it. There's been a dragon, all of the different dragon fragments are in there, as well as might gel, ritual residue, and crystal fragments. The flower sack has been added to the bit shop. All of the flowers are inside this sack. The Dwarvenmine sack has also been added to the bit shop. I feel like this would make a lot more sense if it was in the forge, but nonetheless, I'm glad to have it. There's Plasma, Volta, Sorrow, Glaciite Jewel, Goblin Egg, and the rest of the Goblin Eggs as well. The Crystal Hollow sack has also been added to the bit shop. This includes all the automaton parts, as well as Bob-omb, Jungle Key, Yagi, Sludge Juice, Corally Knight, and Oil Barrel. Sludge Juice is a big part, especially considering powder mining, how much sludge juice you get fills up your inventory. It's nice to see that it's now going to be in a sack. Really quickly, I'm going to go over the price of these 3 sacks. They are all 14,000 bits. Existing sacks have been updated as well. Husbandry has added wool and eggs. Agronomy has had some pretty serious changes, including cactus green and hay blocks are the 2 biggest ones in my opinion, considering now you don't have to put them in your ender chest. Same with crappie and squash, and for some reason poisonous potato. I didn't know that was a problem. Mining has added flint, finally, not just gravel. You have flint in there too. Red sand, mycelium, plasma, volta, and oil barrels. Fishing has added chum, glowing mushroom, all the shark teeth, shark fin, and enchanted shark fin. Dungeon has added a lot of different items, including super boom TNT, all the different bonzo scarf, livid fragments, mimic fragments, healing tissue with a catalyst, all the good stuff. Nether has added a few more items. Corrupted fragments, corrupted nether stars, Kudra teeth, heavy pearl, flames, millennia old blaze ashes, rekindled ember fragments, and XYZ. Candy has added the spooky shard. Lava fishing has added lava shell and thunder shards. Enchanted agronomy has added enchanted poisonous potatoes. And enchanted mining has added enchanted red sand, enchanted mycelium, and enchanted sulfur. Trophy fish pity system has been added. This is really helpful. When you fish 100th of the same fish, you're guaranteed to get a gold tier fish if it wasn't obtained before. And when you fish 1,000th of the same fish, you're guaranteed to get a diamond tier if it wasn't obtained before. Winter Island has had some balances and fixes. Snowy and festive reforges has been added to Terry Shop. More winter items can be salvaged for ice essence. The amount of resources required for the shark, water orb, and ichthytic equipment recipes have been reduced. Mining fortune now finally works on ice block. The amount of gifts that drop during the winter battle event have been increased. The reindeer pets snow power perk has now been increased to 0.1% bonus gift chance per level. The snowsuit full set bonus has been activating without the equipment. That's been fixed, as well as the snowsuit equipment not correctly applying their bonus gift chance. Stranded has had a lot of changes and bug fixes. Mobs spawned by minions cannot drop spooky candy anymore. Lord Jabez and Thunder cannot be corrupted on the Stranded profile. Fishing a Thunder when it's stormy weather will yield more juice into Thunder bottles. Added a level 75 Magma Cube in place of the level 6 mob when players reach combat level 24. Added Moody Grapple Shot as a level 3 trade for 32 enchanted emeralds. Added collection increase for some villager trade items. Fixed an issue where the karate fish would be given without meeting the requirements. Fixed some skyblock leveling tasks appearing in the menu even though they are disabled and stranded. Fixed an issue where bestiary would be unlocked for stranded players. Fixed an issue where trades with villagers where you spend emeralds still gave you emerald collection. Fixed breeding villagers and stranded producing boring old vanilla villagers. And fixed villager level progress not increasing based on quantity of items bought. Other changes. Added Wool Weaver as an Abaphone contact. Added a stock number on limited items sold from NPCs. Removed buy limit on sticks. Made Jerry and Bat pets upgradable with cat. Enchants in the enchantment guide are now ordered alphabetically. Removed Hellstorm wand from museum. Made piggy bank accessories work while in the accessory bag. Plumber sponge can now be used on floating liquids. Updated the fairy soul fishing count to reflect the second fairy soul from the Crystal Hollows. Speaking of that fairy soul from the Crystal Hollows, the chance of obtaining it while fishing has changed from 0.1% to 0.5%. Soulbound items can also now be placed in the personal vault. Pretty insane changes, and as you can see, there are a good amount of bug fixes as well. Fixed floor 3 guardians disappearing and not respawning. Fixed the dwarf turtle shellmet not blocking knockback from certain boss fights. Fixed mage wall breaking teleport pads in dungeon puzzle rooms. Not a Kudra. Fixed Kudra supplies clipping through blocks. Fixed rock pet being used to avoid being picked up by tentacles in Kudra fight. Fixed saying no to helping L and relogging into a Crimson lobby showing 2 L NPCs. Fixed Crimson Umber swipe not counting as player kills. And fixed a Crimson Isle faction daily quest that asks for gunpowder instead of sulfur. Fishing. Fishing XP is now awarded to the player that fished the sea creature instead of the killer. Improved Angler enchantment lore and Angler armor lore. Fixed Moby Chum quest becoming impossible to complete if you lose the chum bucket. Fixed back button in fishing skill menu. Fixed Auger Rod not working in the Sunken Jerry Pond and Reflective Pond Zone. Fixed Aurora Staff and AOTD ability damaging mythological creatures. Fixed some prevented damage to mythological creatures not saying the Griffin pet requirement. Fixed Aringo NPC not spawning sometimes. Fixed Armadillo pet sometimes giving vanilla versions of block. Fixed animal hunting time ran out message being delayed, and fixed Stalwart and Exalted Minos hunters taking damage from the players without the appropriate Griffin pet tier equipped. Fixed being affected by a previously set speed cap on Rancher's boots if the player doesn't meet the skill requirement. Fixed Vanquished Glowstone Gauntlet not increasing when mining minion place blocks. Fixed ranged weapons not showing the Magma Cube hit message during the Winter Battle event. Fixed Guildford removing Reforge and recombobulated rarity on Talisman upgrade. Fixed Delicate not always working. Fixed Dragon Claw being unsellable. Fixed AOTE ability sometimes not removing speed. Fixed many different armors items not checking for requirements to be used. Added a way to escape the cold grip of your island portal if you place it on your island spawn point. Improved the chat notification when your inventory gets full. Fixed an issue where calling Maddox didn't kill the Slayer boss. Fixed infinite lava buckets being consumed in furnaces. Fixed auction house issue not allowing to sell enchanted common and uncommon items over 1 coin. Fixed blocks not getting deleted from inventory with personal deleter if removed using Builder's Ruler. Fixed personal deleter not getting triggered when receiving items from gifts. Fixed not being able to add St. Jerry to Abaphone if muted. Fix some improper grammar in tab when one effect is active. Fix Ender Dragon fight not ending properly sometimes, blocking future boss fights from starting. Fixed God Pot not applying the mushed glowy buff. Fixed going up multiple skill levels at once only rewarding coins for highest level. Fixed minion storage chest counting towards the overall island chest limit. Fixed Romero and Juliet taking more than the required amount of quest item. Fixed being able to set island spawn point in lava. And fixed being able to place snow outside build limit with snow shovel. And that is everything. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please make sure to leave it a like and share it with your friends. Thank you guys so much for watching to the end of the video. I really appreciate it, especially considering how long this video was and how much was added into this update. Now, I did not cover everything, so don't forget to check out the patch notes down below in the description if you want to see everything that was added to this update. That is all for today. I will catch you guys later. See ya.